Anduwa muranga murega. Murega renge. Madani arogoshio. We have come to celebrate the life of a great Kenyan patriot, Kenneth Stanley Nyindo MATIBA. I'm here with my wife, Madam Aida Odinga, who has come here as a friend of the family. Madam, could you just stand up and wave? We are family friends of Ken. And I want to say without fear of contradiction that in that coffin lies a great Kenyan patriot, Kenneth MATIBA. People have talked of MATIBA as a philanthropist, MATIBA a family man, MATIBA a bureaucrat, MATIBA a businessman, MATIBA a sportsman, MATIBA the politician. So people have done justice to a number of those topics, except one, MATIBA the sportsman. I first came to know MATIBA in the game of soccer. And we became close friends. At that time, he was the chief executive of Kenya Breweries. And because of his love for soccer and sports generally, he started a very, very strong club, the Kenya Breweries Football Club, which became the league champion. I was myself first in Gor Mahia. Then I found myself in Luo Union, and we were competing. But there was too much tribalism or ethnicity in soccer, which had messed the soccer. So MATIBA stood for the chairmanship of Kenya Football Association. And they did, as usual, the rigging. It was rigged out. And when it was rigged out, then we convened a meeting. All of us were dissatisfied because we wanted a change in soccer management. So we convened a meeting. This meeting was held at the board of East African Power and Lighting boardroom, then headed by Mr. Gishau. And we came from different football clubs. And we sat there, and Ken was the one who was chairing it. And he said that these people are messing the soccer, the game that we all love. We must do something to organize soccer in our country. I am ready to do everything possible to use all my influence to reorganize soccer. And we agreed that we will work together. Present there was the late Job Omino. We elected MATIBA as the chairman. Job Omino, secretary. The late Mr. Gichau, treasurer. I was organizing secretary. We organized soccer, and MATIBA put a very strong team to manage soccer, particularly in terms of financing. And we brought in professional coaches into the country. And we improved the quality of soccer. Kenya, for the first time, won the East African Club Championship and also the National Championship under Kenneth MATIBA. And he's the one who started the academies in the country. And he said, for us to succeed, we need to go professional. Of course, there's a lot of resistance about going professional. Some of you who are there may remember that MATIBA brought Mr. Pele into this country to come and talk about how to improve soccer. But because of resistance against going professional, MATIBA resigned out of the soccer administration, handed over all the books of accounts to incoming office, and went to do other things. So MATIBA was somebody who was very principled, indeed. In those days, we had, of course, the clubs and the funds, and that became the basis of our organization later on. When MATIBA found himself being rigged again in politics, he resigned from government and had just come from my second detention. And when they made that statement with Charles Rubia, by the way, I'm representing Charles Rubia in this occasion here, because he was not able to come. We were with him at the house, but he's not feeling well. That's why he was not there yesterday. That's why he's not here today. But the family are here. Will you just stand, the family of Charles Rubia? There, up there. So, after they made that statement, there was that chorus of condemnation. Tribalists, ethnic chauvinists. If you want to divide the country is not ready for multipartyism in another 100 years. This multipartyism is going to create a lot of ethnic divisions and hatred. So they were moving on, and then Ken looked for me and told me that, Raila, the rate at which these people are going, only Jaramogi can actually stop them. So I want you to talk to Jaramogi to agree to make a statement. So I arranged a meeting with Jaramogi. And when we met, Ken explained to Jaramogi, he said, Jaramogi, you are like a cock who crew too early, and the rest of the country was still asleep. Therefore, they did not understand you. They didn't hear you when you were crowing. But now Kenyans are awake. Kenyans are ready to come with you. And I want us to work together. So then, after he finished, Jaramogi told him, I want you to bring your friend, Charles, because Jaramogi knew Charles better. So the following day, Ken came again with Charles Rubia. And we then now talked together, and we talked. Jaramogi had also a Chingonek with him, Lukobok. And then we agreed that Jaramogi would make a statement. Ken went back to Diani. Then that night, Ken's home was attacked. Edith was attacked. She was cut with pangas. When he got a phone call that Edith was in Nairobi hospital, Ken flew back to Nairobi. And then together we went to see Edith in the ICU in Nairobi hospital. There's some things which are not known to Kenyans. The kind of brutality that was meted on the family, the suffering that the members of the family have undergone during all this period when Ken himself was also suffering. So, but we agreed. Then I came to Riara, and we agreed that we are going to organize the Kamkunji meeting together. He said Ken had connections with matatus. So he would use matatus to mobilize people. And I would use my soccer connection, bring the Gor Mahia funds to fill the Kamkunji grounds. So he said we were going to go, because the statement was we were going to ask Kenyans if they are ready for multipartyism. Then our lawyers, I have not seen Paul Mwite here, and Gibson Kamau Kuria. Kiraitu is here. I think Kiraitu probably has represented them. and John Haminwa. Within no time, these people came. The Askaris were stationed in front of MATIBA's office in College House. They were in my office. I found so many Askaris there, in Rubia's office. When I came out of the lift, I found them there. I went into the office. They followed me and said, no, I want you to know we are not here to harm you. We're only here to prevent MATIBA and Rubia from coming to see you. Apart from that, Paul Mwite and Kamau Kuria should not come into this office. You also should not go to the offices because there are also Askaris there in those offices. So I said, but how can I not see Kamau Kuria, understand MATIBA? Kamau Kuria is the lawyer of this company, and I'm the managing director. How can you stop me from seeing my managing director? In the end, they said I can go. I went to Kamau Kuria's office with Kraitu, so many police officers. 2 days later, MATIBA was picked up, and Rubia, ameenda, amechotwa. Another 2 days, walikuja kwangu. Wakaniambia tunakutaka kwa dakika kidogo tu. Nasema nitakuja baadaye. No, tunataka wewe haraka sasa hivi. Tulienda. So we were taken. Of course, I was very familiar with the environment. A committee, maximum security prison. I had been taken to Shimulatewa, to Manyani, to Naivasha. There's no detention camp I've not been to apart from Hola. Then as we were here, MATIBA was in what's called isolation block. And I was in what's called segregation block. Those who have been to committee know what I'm talking about. So the Askaris would alternate. Some of them would be looking after me this week. Others would be with MATIBA that week. The following week, they would change. That's how I got to know how MATIBA was doing. So they would tell me that your friend is a very clean man, very hardworking person. He has cleaned the entire block. And he has even...
He must be able to make this a better place for all of us to live in. Does he run away from a fight? Never. Never. So, if you didn't give up when you're in captivity, how can you give up when you're free?
Young Kenyans today, we need someone who can liberate us.
He wants to be the leader that finally glues all the communities, all the diverse communities of this country.
He's the nicest, sweetest man in the world.
Raila cares. Raila cares.
Raila Odinga cares for all Kenyans.
His name is Raila Amolo Odinga. Why do we call him Baba?
I don't think he does it for himself. I think he's reached a stage in his life where there's 45 million of us.
We were sort of generally bullied by the older boys. And I do remember Raila coming and confronting the bullies.
He knows what he was put on this earth to do, and he must finish it. He must be able to make this a better place for all of us to live in. Does he run away from a fight? Never. Never. So, if you didn't give up when you're in captivity, how can you give up when you're free?
Young Kenyans today, we need someone who can liberate us.
He wants to be the leader that finally glues all the communities, all the diverse communities of this country.
He's the nicest, sweetest man in the world.
Raila cares. Raila cares.
Raila Odinga cares for all Kenyans.